What up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. We are going to get started working on the Shadowboxers comic as usual. Let me get my stream set up. So, if you guys remember, last time I tried streaming on YouTube and TikTok at the same time, we had some issues. So, the only solution that I can think of for the short term is to just stream live on my phone. So I start here first. I say hi to you guys first because you guys are my core audience, or the first audience, if you will. So I'm gonna say what's up to you guys, and then we get started on my phone here, and then we're gonna get started with the drawing. So make sure everything's good here. All right, TikTok is live. We are live here on YouTube. Let's get going. Kathy is in the chat. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for popping on. And for everyone who is watching the stream, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you guys are doing today. And we're going to have a good time, hopefully. So last time I started streaming, or rather last time I was streaming, I was working on this set of pages right here. And I started doing this a little bit as the week went on, or as the days kind of went by. So I kind of want to finish this panel because it's kind of funny to me. These characters are kind of making fun of Javen a little bit, the main character, especially this one here. He's kind of the loudmouth of the group. So yeah, hello Preston, thank you for coming on to the stream. Yes, let me pull up my reference for this one because I had a reference for this character on the far right. I found this image right here, which I'm going to use for this guy. So obviously there's going to be some clear character differences. They don't have the same body type, they're not the same age or anything, but I'm going to use that pose to inspire the drawing. So let me find the panel for it. This is frame 1. All right, we'll work on Enzi. So we're just gonna clean him up a little bit. He's pretty close to being there, but yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. Preston said my cousin Colton should be coming on in a little bit. Oh, cool! Thanks for inviting him. I appreciate that, man. All right, so let's get this character going. So yeah, this character is just getting a kick out of what is being said to him. I'm trying my best to hide the dialogue because I want, for those of you who end up reading it, to be surprised by it, you know? I've mentioned the story a couple times, but I also don't want to set some of the dialogue in stone. Like if I come up with a better joke or something at some point, then I'd love to include that. So I don't want to set certain expectations just yet, and I want to leave you guys surprised, because one of the issues I think with modern media nowadays is that there's not really surprise anymore. Like if you're watching a show and you don't get to see it immediately, then it will be ruined for you. And I'm not saying that I think I have the biggest audience in the world that would even really spoil this. I'm just saying I like the idea of kind of allowing the creation to exist within itself, you know? So with that said, yeah, that's why I hide the dialogue. I might flash it on and off just to make sure that things are still working, but or that things make sense, because occasionally I do forget what they're saying, and then I make a scene that doesn't quite make sense. So yeah, or rather they make expressions that don't quite make sense. So yeah, but yeah, we were working on comics today. So this is probably about halfway through the comic as far as the penciling goes. There's still a couple things I do have to do as far as designing. I do have to design some of these buildings, and I have to design some other secondary characters. I have a rough idea for them, but they're not totally complete just yet. And so it really, it's really going to take me just a little bit to design it before I feel comfortable like inking some of it and really getting into it. But yeah. Okay, so these goggles here. All right, I think his mouth is a little too wide. Usually you get a wide mouth as you're laughing, but this might be a little too wide. And for you guys on TikTok, sorry, the screen's a little distorted for you, but I gotta draw it to my comfort level, so sorry. It's one of the most difficult things about streaming on TikTok, I'm finding, is having a phone right in your face. Because I'm so used to just being like as close to the screen as I need to be, and sometimes it doesn't quite work. This is definitely way smaller. Let me resize that. I should probably have some sort of visual key or cue to know how big his goggles are, because that is what makes it tough. Sensi is asking, what are you drawing? I am drawing my comic. Thank you for joining, by the way. So yeah, this is my comment, or not comment, I'm sorry, reading comments. This is my comic, and it is a urban fantasy project, and it's called Shadowboxers. Here, I'll actually show you one of my, I guess, promotional images for it. Give me one moment. I probably should have had this up here, but let's see. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, so this is my main character. This is Javen, and he is the main character of my project Shadowboxers. So he is the primary character in this short comic. It's really a one-shot, and it's titled "The Art of Peer Pressure." It is lightly based off of the Kendrick Lamar song, at least as far as the title goes. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I looked at one of your old videos and saw some Snoop Dogg drawings you did. Oh yeah, that was I think for the Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't really listen to Snoop Dogg really. I know a couple of his songs because I'm from LA. I did, listen to him growing up. I don't really listen to him anymore. So yeah, but yeah, I think that was like 4 years ago when I did that. Ooh, can't be erasing. My favorite drawing you did was the Family Guy drawing. Actually, Preston, I didn't do that drawing. I did that I put that in for the sake of the video, but I didn't actually do that drawing you're specifically talking about. Amaris is on YouTube. Hi, hello Amaris. Thank you for popping on. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So let me pencil in this afro over here. This afro's a little on the large side, but that's okay. I can always scale it down. Mar says, I'm stiff, spent 4 hours braiding my hair and my legs are asleep. Oh man, braiding hair is no joke. Braiding hair is no joke. I grew up in a home where I would see my mom braid her hair all the time. I think she got tired of paying for people at the salon, so she learned how to do it herself. And I knew like maybe once or twice, or maybe like once every other month, I would just see her spend 8 hours on the couch just braiding her hair. And she did a great job. She still does the style to this day. It looks really good. But when I used to have cornrows when I was a kid, oh my gosh, it was like torture. It was pain, pure pain. Because I wanted to look like Lil Bow Wow. But I didn't realize that my hair wasn't long enough for it. I mean, I had a fro, but it wasn't as long as it needed to be. I think my hair just is like programmed to grow to a certain length, and that's about it. Yeah, I had my sister help me around hour 3. Yeah, I bet you did. That's a tough job. I respect people who do hair for a living because that's not easy. It's high pressure to me, to be honest, to do other people's hair. And I've cut my own hair before. I used to do that in college, and then I got tired of cleaning up behind by myself. Like, cause it's a whole process when you're cutting your own hair. You have to go in the bathroom, and I had to basically get 3 or 4 mirrors propped up, and I had to shower right afterwards because I didn't have like a cape like a regular barber has. So yeah, it was just annoying. It was annoying, and now that I've grown my hair out a little bit more, it makes it easier. I don't have to worry as much. Preston says, I saw a guy in Walmart a few days ago and he had a big afro. I love the afro look. Yeah, it's a fun look. Lot to maintain though. Amar says, my fiance said we took over the living room with girl talk. Oh, I bet y'all did, because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's the fun in it. My aunt did hair as well, and she used to run her business out of her home, and sometimes I would be over there for the weekend, and I would just be stuck in the room. But thankfully she had cable. After she got cable, it was much easier to deal with. I just watched cartoons all day. But yeah, she would just be having a ball talking to her friends about the latest gossip or something. So yeah. Hello, Manette. Thank you for popping on. We are continuing our progress over here. So for those who are just coming in and not able to see, this is the panel that we're doing. It is Zalam and then Cairo and Enzi. Cairo and Enzi are cracking jokes at Javen. As you can see, he's not a very happy camper in this next frame. I actually want to redraw this panel. I don't really like how it looks right now. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of redrawing Enzi, getting it to look more like him. Kathy says, I'm just learning to do my hair properly now. I never grew up with that knowledge in my family. I guess it's a cultural thing. I know for black people in particular, like that's just a thing. Like, I think Denzel Washington, he was talking about why have a black director for his film and mostly black actors, and he said it's not a race thing. It's not because he thinks a black director is doing it better than someone else, but he says it's a culture difference, and there are some cultures, especially black culture, that's very specific. And the example he used was, we all know what it's like to have the hot comb hit you early on a Sunday morning, or have your ear burn. I personally don't, because I never had my hair like that, but I do know what it's like to be around it, and I know the smells, I know the tools that are used, so it's all super specific. And and some cultures are different. That's kind of what makes it awesome, is that there's so much variety in every culture, that there's going to be really unique differences and changes and stuff. But for everyone who's joining, hello, thank you for coming on to the stream. I am open to whatever art questions y'all have. Trying to get this comic done, but if you have any questions about storytelling or character design, especially character design, that's my specialty, or anatomy or whatever, ask away. All right, so as I'm drawing this, I think gonna have his hand here, and then his arm's a little too buff right there. Aaron Hammond says, what's up, brother? Up Jordan is one of the best in the business. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for coming on. How's it going? How is it going? Yeah, we doing comics over here. We working. Amar says, the hot comb, grease and hot comb was the worst combo. he would cut my hair for way too long, and he would do it at the most inconvenient times for some reason. Like, I don't think he knew how to register time properly sometimes, because he would be at like 9 o'clock on a Monday night, school night, and he'd be like, all right, Jordan, time to get your hair cut. And I'd been there the whole day or like the whole afternoon, and he was like, all right, Jordan, I'm gonna cut your hair. And I'd be up to like 11 o'clock or 12:30 getting my haircut as a 12-year-old. And it's like, dude, what the heck? Like, I have school in the morning, bro. And I'd be all exhausted and be like, man, it's because you don't go to bed on time. I'm like, really? Is that the case? Is that how it works, sir? That's why I don't think I'm as tall as I'm supposed to be. I think I was supposed to be at least 4 inches taller. And then, yeah, it's all right. 5'11's not short, but I don't think it's as tall as I was supposed to be. Amar says, working on my DIY sling challenge book because saving up for Switch games before production of old and light games are discontinued. I don't know anything about that, but best wishes on that journey. Let's see. Preston says, have you ever seen the TV show South Park? I did a long time ago, but I don't watch it anymore. Aaron says, it's going, brother. How's Michael doing? He's good. I actually just spoke with him yesterday, and he was laughing a ton. So he's doing good. He's still the drawaholic that we all know and love. Preston says, have you ever drawn any of the characters in the show South Park? Man, what's up with you and all these shows like South Park and Family Guy? Is that what you watch in your free time, man? Come on now. Come on. We got to get you watching more productive stuff, bro. And no, to answer your question, I've never drawn a South Park character. They're not even really drawn. They're like, how do I put it? They're like cutouts. They would not be fun to draw at all. They're like the most basic shapes. And not to say basic shapes are bad, because obviously all characters are made with basic shapes on some level. But yeah, not those guys. Just color in challenge sheets with dollar amount you save when you color. Wait, DIY saving challenges. I'm gonna pretend like I know what that means, Amars. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Good deal. Yeah, Mike is doing good. I don't know why he hasn't been live on TikTok in a long time. I never went live because I didn't have the follower count. That was the only reason. But now I am finally able to. So that's why I'm 3 years behind the schedule. Alright, as I look at this, let's see. I think I need to just make his shoulders a little thinner. I can get away with that because he's just a boy. He's like 14. Maybe about to turn 15. I don't watch the shows that much anymore. Okay. You say so. If you say so. Amara says, it's okay. I explained to my fiance 7 times before he understood. Okay, good. Because I don't fully get it. There's a lot of things I don't fully grasp or understand about worlds that I'm not involved in. All right, so we're gonna get this stripe here on his outfit. This is gonna be a bright yellow right here when I get to the coloring phase. For those who are unfamiliar, at least on the TikTok screen, the character I'm drawing is right here. These are actually the 4 main characters of the current comic that I'm doing. This is Javen on the left, Zalam in the green, and then Cairo, and then Enzi. So right now in this panel, we're seeing these 3 here, and I'm currently drawing this guy. So yeah, just so you guys can get a little bit of an understanding, so you guys aren't totally lost. I just remember the shows and how good they used to be. Yeah, I don't even really watch that type of thing anymore. I mean, how do I say this? They definitely have a lot of things working for them, going for them, but it's just not my type of comedy anymore. I think it's a little too vulgar for my personal taste. And I'm not saying I don't ever laugh at things that are vulgar. But I just try not to indulge in it. Mars says, it basically is a budgeting trick for visual learners to have a dollar amount you can see, save, can track by coloring, if that makes sense, and track by color. Okay, that does make sense. I can understand that. That seems like it would be helpful. All right. Looks a little deranged like this, but that is how I designed it. So there we go. Alright, not looking too bad. I think I need to enlarge him though, because he looks a little too small in this panel. I want them to look like they're at least next to each other. He looked like he was slightly behind him. Alright. It is to save 190 and got 14 games off before using the coloring method. I'm sorry, I don't know what that says, Amaris. I don't know what that says. I'm sorry. Is it a secret language, or am I just like not focused enough to understand? I'm sorry. Fix the goggles a little bit, get them at the right angle, and then, oh, that's right, he's got this stripe here too. All right, and then this is where his backpack's gonna go. This one actually doesn't need all this right here. This is just a regular sleeve. He's got a unique glove on one hand, and this is not the hand, so I can put that here. I saved 190 and got 14 games off my list using the coloring budget sheets I made last year. Ah, okay. Thank you. The typos add up. I'm sorry. It just if there's too many of them, and it's already a subject I don't fully understand or grasp, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for me to get it. I'm sorry. Don't mean to call you out like that. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Appreciate you guys joining the live. I'm working on my comic over here. Toasty Shrimp is on. What is up, Joe McFo fam? What's up, Megan? Thank you for popping on. We are making some progress over here. All right, I think it's looking pretty okay. I think I can remove this NZ here. Keep this one. All right. TikTok audience, I'm sorry that there's no music. My YouTube audience gets it, but I don't know how to switch it up. My system right now, so y'all just gonna have to listen to my voice. Hopefully it doesn't annoy you. All right, let's change the color of this character right here. Nope, that's not the color. Why is it not doing what I want it to do? What? Hold on. There we go. This should do it. There we are. All right. So now we got the characters laughing up a storm. because one guy made a joke. We're laughing at our poor main character over here. Jordan, tell the new folks more about Enzi. Okay, Enzi, this character who I drew, is often called, what do y'all call him? Someone who kind of tries to overdo it. A tryhard, yes, that's the term. Yeah, tryhard. Everyone describes him as a tryhard. I never described him as that, but that's apparently what everyone likes about him. So he is the butt of the joke apparently, even though really in this case it's Javen. But the way I see it, this group of guys is like any group of teenage guys. Like they all make fun of each other. If you ever watch like a sitcom from the 80s and it's, you know, high school boys getting together, they all crack jokes on each other, and it's just like no one is safe. And that's kind of how I envision this friend group to be. Although in Javen's case right now, he's much more I won't say he's much more sensitive, but he's just going through a lot right now, because he's, you know, the whole point of the story, The Art of Peer Pressure, is that he is trying to figure out who he is. He is trying to decide who he wants to listen to, if he wants to go along with the traditions of his father and that whole thing, or if he just wants to you know, be with his friends and listen to them. So it's a challenging thing that I think a lot of young people would recognize. It's very common. So that's kind of the whole point of this story, and in this scene in particular, Javen's kind of wrestling with some of that. So yeah, I need to pull up a quick reference real quick. Let's see. By the way, guys, if you guys have not heard of it, this is a great reference. This is characterdesignreferences.com, and you could type in just about anything and you will find a reference for it. So like if we go to, let's go to artworks here. You can see all these different artists here. There's Sam Does Art, Sam Yang, there's the boy. You got Ashley Wood here. Let's see, is there anyone else I recognize immediately? Let's see, Russ Kramer, Silvio, I don't actually recognize some of these artists. I'm about to take a look. What is this Jesus holding? What is this animal? Can anyone tell me what this animal is? I don't know. It's like a seal goose thing. I don't know what this is, but besides it being a reference for new art, so this is actually cool. You can also find a bunch of shows and movies and stuff on there. So if I can find the search bar, I'm actually going to reference Samurai Champloo for this. I recently watched it maybe like 3 months ago ish, my wife and I, and we had a blast. And so I've been really interested in their character designs lately, so I've just been kind of studying them and seeing what I could take from them. Let's see, did y'all have a good Valentine's Day? Yeah, we had a good Valentine's Day. We I spoke at my church and had a nice chill afternoon, and I think we took a nap and yeah, had a good time. Is it like a dinosaur? It might be a dinosaur. I don't actually know. That I don't know where that is in the Gospels, but you know, it does say that Jesus did many things that were not written down. So who knows? Maybe he pet some dinosaurs. I don't know. Okay, but what am I looking for? I'm looking for. Actually, this pose will work. This is not the same expression that my character is going to make. This smiling Mugen over here, but it's roughly the same angle. So, or at least that's what I envision it to be. So I'm gonna pull. Let me see. Can I do this without messing up too much? Can at least make it so the YouTube crew can see. Uh-oh, it disappeared on me. There we go. All right, so we're gonna redo this. Oh, darn it! Come on, move over. This thing has to move over. TikTok audience, don't worry. It's something that you guys can't see. All right. So he's gonna have this concerned look on his face, and then I should probably also pull up my Javen reference right here. You guys see that we're working with a full character sheet, or at least a good portion of it. So be working with this, and let's tone this down just a bit. Let's see. I think I need another reference. I think you wore your Champ Blue shirt last stream. I did. I wore the Champ Blue shirt last stream, but today I'm wearing what does it say? Representation Matters, that I got from sneaking into the Netflix summit. Yeah, that was a story. That was fun. What am I looking up now? Oh yes, I need to look up someone who's like concerned or sad as a reference. Mugen is not the person to go to for a sad reference, but the angle is great. So he's going to be looking up a bit, so let's make sure we get that. And I guess a lot of the issue I was having with this drawing was mostly in the way his nose and lips were done, so I really probably could have just like addressed that, but I don't know, something about the eyes, they just don't feel quite right either, so we just gonna redo it. But for everyone who's on the stream, how's your day been? What y'all been up to? Anything fun? Hopefully something cool. We went to the gym and Marshall's, and we ate spaghetti. That was our day. Thankfully, no cats escaped today too. So yeah, that's always a good sign. It was a great day. Yes, it was a good day. We had a good day. Y'all not home gym types? We don't have room for one. I would like to have a home gym, but we don't have room for it. Yeah, because I would want to do a full setup. I'm not one of those people that just watches Shaun T and just, does it in the living room on the rug. I need like the weights. It is inconvenient though, because the nearest gyms to us are like 3 or 4 times more expensive than the Planet Fitness that's 20 minutes away, and so it's like, what's the cost benefit analysis, and then how often realistically do we go? And so yeah, it makes it kind of annoying, because $15 a month is not bad, but I don't feel like paying, what was that one gym we went to that was like, what was it, $40 a month or something, $30 a month? It was $40 every 2 weeks. That's what it was. Yeah. So I'm like, no, heck no, we ain't doing that. I know we're in Texas, but I am not made of money. What in the world? I can do the same. I could do the same workout 20 minutes away for less than half of that. So no, we respectfully decline, sir. It looked like a nice gym. It would have been real convenient, but my goodness, I'm not doing that. I have a set of like really janky secondhand dumbbells and some resistance bands. I'm just not going to get up and go to the gym. I get that. If that works for you, then that works. For me, resistance bands don't do anything, honestly. The ones that they sell you are too weak for me. So because I remember trying to use it during lockdowns a few years ago, and it was like I wasn't doing anything. And it would have been easier to just like try and rip my shirts, like that would have given me more of a workout. So yeah, I don't really do the resistance bands, and I would like to get one of those sets of adjustable dumbbells though. Like they have some where you can like turn it and it'll lock, and you get like all this extra weight. I think that would work. I'm so sorry you're so buff. No, it's not. Jeez, that probably sounded real conceited. I can't do the resistance band. It doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But if it works for you, I'm happy for you. Because I used to have a home gym. When I was in LA, at least for the first portion of it, I had a home gym in the garage because I was renting out a family friend's home. And it was so nice. They had the full setup, everything I needed. And I worked out in there all the time. I would get up like before sunrise sometimes, and I would do my hour workout, and I blast my music on the speaker, and then I would be able to shower because it was right in the house, and then I would teach my class for a couple hours, and then by like 1 o'clock I had a fully free day to do whatever I wanted. So sometimes I would go out, sometimes I would just draw and chill, sometimes I would read, but I miss those days. I do miss those days sometimes. Yeah, this already feels a lot better. This already feels so much better. I think one of the things that I was really struggling with before, for some reason, because of my early character design sheets of Javen, I always drew his eyes like very angular, like it was a very perfect diamond shape, and I, for some reason, never thought to just smooth out or curve out the lines. And so now I'm at a place where I'm like, forget some of these rules, like just make it easier for you. And yeah. Carter Maynor says, I love your drawings. Thank you, Carter. I appreciate that. I think this might be the first time I'm seeing your name, so welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you for coming on. We are comic making today. Oh, I think I messed up that nose. Hold up. At this angle, he's pointing down. It's actually probably going to be more like this. Actually, wait. I got Mugen right here. I got the Mugen reference. So let's just use that. I love your drawings. I'm 8 years old. I know your friend. Which friend? I have a couple friends. Alright. Is this looking alright? Okay. This eye looks okay, but this one, I think Javen's getting a little cross-eyed right here. Let me just move that over. Preston. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, he's on the TikTok chat. You're on the YouTube one. So y'all probably won't cross-pollinate. But thank you for coming on. And my cousin Carter's watching you live on YouTube. Ah, okay. Hello, Carter. Hello, Preston's cousin. I'm glad you like my work, man. And Preston, thank you for informing me. Yeah, I'm on 2 different streaming platforms, but they don't cross-pollinate, so no one's gonna be able to see the comments. So if you don't see the name, it's probably because, or if you don't see the name of the comments, probably because they're on the other chat. Yeah. All right, I think we're good with Mugen now, so we're gonna zoom out. Here I can get, okay. Let's see. Got the wide shoulders. nice strong chin right here. Don't forget to like if you haven't. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Megan. I always forget to promote my own stream and my own channel. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, please like the stream, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. If you're on TikTok, you can still follow and like the video, give all the hearts and stuff. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Okay, there we go. Got the hood. Javen's got a much smaller forehead than any other part of his face, so gonna work with that. And again, it's because his widow's peak, which I talked about at length last time. Now I just gotta make sure that length of shoulders is right. And now that I look at it, it might make more sense to kind of have the shoulder go outside of the panel borders. I could even move up and with the backpack. So I got a confession to make, guys. I have recently been very invested in my 600-pound life. It just came on randomly one day. TLC shows like Extreme Cheapskates and My 600-Pound Life and 90 Day Fiance. And I feel a little ashamed. I feel like I shouldn't be invested in some of these people's lives. Like, we just watched something last night about, I'm sure I've seen it before, but I just got reminded of it. This woman who cooked the whole lasagna in the dishwasher, and she reused her, the water for her food, like in every single dish. So like if she boiled the same water. So if she was making spaghetti and poured out the noodles, she would use that water for the next meal and the next meal and the next meal, and it started to get chunky, and it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. Oh yeah, and she was so cheap. She had one light bulb that she had to carry throughout the house, and you know, they had to turn off the TV during the commercials, and they had what else did they have? Oh yeah, they had like 2-minute Navy showers is what they called them. And her, I don't know if it was her fiance or boyfriend or whatever, but the dude she was living with was like, I'm a grown man, I feel like I should be able to take a grown man shower. And are you okay? There was a moment where she was willing to feed her kids spoiled meat at the store. She was like, yeah, do you guys have anything for like $2? And then she ended up buying the fat of the beef like it was normal. And I'm like, okay, is this, like, I know that some of this stuff is obviously scripted and fake, but I'm like, who comes up with this stuff? Like, this is one of those, like, you can't make this stuff up kind of things to me. I don't know. Do any of you guys watch trash TV sometimes and get invested? Because I'm curious. Preston says there's this show called Love After Lockup. Oh my gosh, that just sounds horrible. What is that? Is that like people who get out of jail and they're trying to find romance? Is that what that is? Yeah, these trash TV shows are something else. They're so addicting. They're so addicting, and you're rooting for some of these people, like the 600-pound life. Like, I want these people to not be 600 pounds anymore. Like, I really want them to have a better life. because that's gotta suck. That's gotta suck. But you know what's really crazy is these people who are so insecure about their bodies, they just allow people to come in with cameras and watch them shower for the sake of the for the sake of the episode. I don't fully understand it. I'm like, wait a second. Like, I don't care how overweight I am. I don't think I'd be willing for you to do that. I'm just no. You could see when I got the towel over me or something. And in some cases they got so much fat that you can't really, see anything. But still, it's just like, what in the world? Like, is that something that's in their contract? Like, hey, you're gonna be on our TV show, but we gotta film you showering. Like, is that what is the discussion behind this? Horrors is a guilty pleasure. Oh, that's another one. We gotta watch that one. I've seen a couple episodes of that. Oh, that's one I haven't seen yet. Okay, we'll have to watch that after the stream. After the stream lets out, I will go find that channel, and Kathy and I will watch an episode, because yeah, it's too fascinating. The other show that I like, I don't know if I can call it a guilty pleasure, because I take full pleasure in enjoying watching these guys get in trouble, is Takedown with Chris Hansen. Takedown with Chris Hansen. That is my show. It's on YouTube, and man, they get these guys. And yeah, I'm like, tase him, get those predators. We need more Chris Hansens in the world. But it's bizarre, because I watched this. There's one channel who has like a bingo card for the show, and they're like the free spot is like when Chris Hansen says take a seat or have a seat. Then there's like, oh, I wasn't going to go through with it, or there's oh, I wasn't going to do this, oh, I didn't bring this. And you get bingo sometimes, because they always have the same excuses. So yeah. Did you watch anime Dragon Ball Z? Sorry, I'm only laughing because of the really famous, but I'm one of those people that has a hard time watching shows that have like 4,000 episodes and have multiple series. It's hard for me to kind of keep up, because I don't know what to watch first. It just gets overwhelming. I personally like shows that just have one series. You might get one spin-off out of me, but there can only be like 100 episodes total for both of them, and that's it. When you start doing more, I'm gonna treat it like I don't have to follow it. like there are those sitcom shows from the 90s and 80s and stuff, and some of them have like 200 episodes, like Friends or like The Cosby Show or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something, but you don't have to watch them in order. You get a basic understanding of who the characters are, you can move on with your life. So yeah. Kathy says more of an Avatar guy. Shows such as LL Kathy BB Man or Avatar or Jack and Daxter is mentioned. We do a hydration check, and we do it with water, because if it wasn't water, then I'd be dead by the time the stream ended. So we're drinking water. Plus, it's good to promote strong health. So bottoms up to the water. I'm sure it's so weird for all you guys on TikTok to hear that, because you guys don't even know the comments I'm talking about. They're the people on YouTube. So everyone get some water. Get your water in. All right, Preston says, the show I'm talking about is about where people get out of jail and find their old spouse, and they cheat on their spouse after they get out. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a horrible show. Goodness gracious. Man, some producers actually came up with this idea. This is wicked. This is so wicked. Alright, let's get the backpack strap over here. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Because I don't like how this arm came out. I forgot to take a photo reference before the stream. But maybe I can fix it here. Let's see. Car says, I have watched it with my parents. Trust me, it is horrible. Are you talking about the show that Preston was talking about, the Love After Lockup? Yeah, that sounds like a. That sounds like a. I don't know how else to put it, but it just sounds like a degenerate show. Like it just sounds like a show full of degeneracy, and but I also understand why it would be addicting. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. Yeah. I've only watched the first movie of Avatar. Alright, that doesn't count as a hydration check, guys. He's talking about a different kind. So there's two types of Avatar, Preston. One is a show that came out in 2005, which is what I'm talking about, not the James Cameron movie. That's the one that I think you're talking about with the blue aliens and stuff. Yeah, we're talking about a totally different one. So I'll have to share that with you later on. But it's the one with the kid with the arrow on his head. So yeah, totally different. Alright, so I need to get the feeling that he tossed the bag to him, so just put some of these speed lines here. He's like, here, take it. Take this backpack. He's like, huh? Yeah, this sketch definitely gonna need a revision, so let's spend some time doing that. This one right here. Wait a second. That's there. That's there. Ah, okay. Here we go. Found the right layer. We're gonna draw our boy. We drew him last week, but we're gonna do it again because there's just. I don't think I can fully work with this, but I like the feeling he's giving off. He looks like he's like, "What the heck did you just throw at me?" He does look shocked. Let's see. He could be more hunched over. I think that would mostly apply if he were hunched over. That would imply that the bag like hit him already, and he's just catching it. So I don't think and the bag is empty. Because he's gonna stuff it in the next panel with spray cans and stuff, but let me see. Yeah, I think I would. If I was shocked, I would kind of lean back. I think. Okay, Kathy's gonna. Are you gonna throw something at me? See, this is how we do things on live stream. She just throws stuff to me. This has nothing in it. Alright, try it again. Try it again. This thing is air. Step closer.
I didn't want to throw your actual backpack.
No, please don't, because that would hit things. Alright, this is... Hold on, let me switch the camera. Because, yeah, we are literally testing this out for the post. So yeah, this is how we make comics here, guys. This is how we do it. Alright, ready? Alright.
Right now he just feels like he's like, oh, this just appeared.
Kind of did, but all right. Don't throw it at me again. No. I think there's more than one way to react to that personally, because I'll be honest, it seemed like you might have been scared of the bag a little bit. That's why you kind of go like, or maybe. I don't know. Why you do this to me? I already drew it.
I'm sorry.
These are the types of discussions.
Should he? Maybe at least his head could be tilted down more.
His head tilted. All right, let's see.
Because right now he's like, oh.
All right, that's fair. I can tilt his head a little bit. What do you guys think on the YouTubes who are able to see it and on TikTok? Should it be hunched forward or should it be leaning back as a bag is in? Maybe he will tilt back a bit, but in my opinion, it's clear and working, so don't overthink it. Okay. All right. I appreciate that, Megan. Here, I can tilt. I could try tilting it back. It's gonna be a weird angle to do it because it's gonna be easy. It's only easy to show if it's like more of a side view. He's kind of doing a 3/4 view, but maybe I need to exaggerate. And actually, as I'm looking at this, I think his hoodie might be a little too small. There we go. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna use the mesh tool or something. Is that panel above finished lines? Close. Close. Well, it's ready to be inked at least. It's ready to be inked. Let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of liquefy this a little bit. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I feel like the foreshortening would be different. Let me see. Let me move this over. Yeah, but this spread is pretty much there. Yeah. Although, I do have one question for y'all. So I've been playing with the Feather app. It was the 3D app that and I've been trying to think about this panel right here. Where is it? So I put a 3D model in it just to make life easier for myself. So I'm deciding, this panel, should it be this shot or should it be this shot right here where we see the water tower all big? Because it's kind of the focal point. The pink building is the one where the characters would be. They're standing on top of this roof and they're looking at this. And I think it'd be nice because you'd actually see what the water tower actually says. And it's already a shot in the distance. But then we also have this one where I would move them to be standing right here, and you see this. Only thing is, this giant space here feels empty, so I'd have to put another building here, I think, to make it really work. But yeah, what do you guys think? Option 1, where the water tower is far away, or option 2, where the water tower is close up? What do you guys think? I'll put your inks directly over the sketch of Javen. I don't think you should clean to the level of the panel above. I think those ones above are fine to be final inks. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. The only reason I need to clean up some things for this one here is because I know myself. I know I'm gonna get confused at a certain point. So I need to specifically do like his body, because that's always the toughest part of drawing him. Okay, actually, let's move this over slightly. There we go. What other trash TV shows can we discuss? I'm very curious to know what y'all spend your free time doing. One of my guilty pleasures, I'll tell you one. A guilty pleasure. It's not really a show. It's not like a TV show, but it's a YouTube, I guess, live series, and it's the Kendra G Show, and it's it's like a dating platform. People call into the show and they're like, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I'm looking for this and this," and it is amazingly ghetto. The people on there are so terrible all the time. Every once in a while you find someone who's very kind and sweet, but that's like 2% of the time. Most of the people on there are straight up deranged, and it is hilarious to watch, especially when you can find a commentary video of someone talking about it. I love those commentary videos. That's another guilty pleasure of mine, but I also don't really feel guilty watching it, so I guess it's just a pleasure. It is just something I enjoy. I'm not telling you guys to go watch it. I'm just saying this is just me. It's just me. Let's see. I think we might be doing too much for that shoulder there. Sure, a bit of a touch up, but I don't think you need a whole pass. Of course, it looks great, but time is limited. You know how I am. You know how I am, Megan. All right. Let me see. This arm does not look quite right. Hold on. Didn't I had a grid? Hold on. Let me see. 2, 3. Ah, okay. I see what the issue is. The arm's just simply not long enough. Yeah. Let's see. Elbow is about just above 3. 3 is about here. Okay. So yeah, this is where we gotta be. I know, that's why I gotta tell you it looks great. Nobody else is gonna nitpick like you do. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But you know, it's funny because I find that to be the opposite experience for me. Like, I nitpick so much, but then there, like, the one time I don't nitpick, someone will literally call me and be like, "Hey, your drawing is off." And I think you know you know who some of these people are. And it's like, fine. But it's all right. That's all right. Yeah, Megan, you understand. Boy, Megan, seriously though, question about this one. What did you think between the two shots? Did you like the version where it's more like this and the water tower's far away, or do you prefer this one where it's closer up? Personally, I'm starting to like this one a lot, just because be like an establishing shot for the next page because we don't really have that the same way. But curious what you think. All right, then this here. I like neither. I like the horizon line being higher in your thumb sketch. Oh, wait, let me see. Well, the horizon line can be higher. Wait, the horizon line's high in this sketch too. What do you mean? Horizon line's like up here. Wait, where'd I lost my panel? Here we go. There we go. Alright, backpack is gonna be good there. Send screenshots after the stream. Okay, I'll just do that. There we go. And then I guess I still feel like something's up with Enzi too. Did you eat any tasty food for Chinese New Year? Oh, good question. Did I mention? I might have mentioned this already, but Kathy made some vegan orange chicken that was awesome. Out of soy curls. It was very similar to what we had at the wedding. It was fantastic. Also had what else do we have? Some ramen. We had some pumpkin stew. That was really good. Some cookies. Gotta bring up the cookies. What else? We had some ube mochi pancakes, right? We had that, and then we got actual boba with ube. Yeah, we've been doing good stuff. Oh yeah, we're making homemade dumplings. Ooh, oranges. She'll have to tell you how she made the orange chicken. It was delicious though. Orange sounds like success in Mandarin.
I've been eating a lot of oranges.
Is that on purpose? Wait, is that why we were gifted the cuties?
No,
is that why?
It's just we were sick, but it just so happens.
Oh, okay. Someone the other week, someone left us like a bag of clementines in the pouring rain.
2 bags.
2 bags, excuse me. 2 bags of clementine, or not clementines, of cuties, the tangerines or whatever, in the pouring rain. And it was so heavy that I felt like I had just taken a shower. And I was in my new suit too. And I was like, who lays fruit in the middle of the parking lot? And then Kathy's like, it's a gift for us. I'm like, why didn't they just give it to us? Like, my gosh. So yeah. I guess that counts. Yeah, it counts, yeah. It counts. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. I don't know what else is supposed to happen for Chinese New Year, but so far it's been great. Oh, we also watched the Victory Tour from 1984. Michael Jackson. It was awesome. You're supposed to eat fish, so we have a fish-shaped waffle iron. They make those?
Oh, like taiyaki.
Taiyaki? They make fish-shaped waffle irons? That's crazy. Oh, we also learned that according to, I don't know if it's the zodiac system, but apparently I am a, was it of water? I'm water, right?
You're a wood pig.
Oh yeah, I'm a wood pig. I'm a wood boar, wood pig, yeah. I don't really know what that means exactly, but apparently it's what I am. That's right, you did make vegan salmon. Yes. Sometimes I forget it's for Chinese New Year because you make it more often. It's not a once a year thing.
I actually made it for Valentine's Day, but it was like 2 days before Chinese New Year.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. All right. I think Indy just feels a little too old right now. I just gotta figure out how to youngen him up a little bit. Once I figure that out, then we're good with this page. We can move on. Preston says, if you were on Earth for only one more day, pick 5 foods that would be your last. Okay. It's a dark question, but okay. If on Earth one more, where would I go after that? Am I dead or am I going to heaven? Where am I going after? Kathy says, I might try making vegan fried fish this week using hearts of palm. Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. Okay. 5 foods. Wait, I don't even eat 5 times a day. Like, that's gonna be tough. Okay. I love burritos. Pancakes, yeah. Gotta start off with some nice, crispy, on the edge, fluffy pancakes. I would need definitely, like I said, the burrito or some taco-y Mexican type food. I feel like a nice burger's got to be in there too. Nice veggie burger. I think my wife's vegan salmon's gonna make the cut as well. And orange chicken was pretty good too. I might add the orange chicken. Oh yeah, cold noodle. You know what? We'll have it as a side dish. My last 5 foods would be Chinese. Chinese is not a food. That is a whole genre. That's not right. You can't be saying Chinese and Mexican. No, Preston. You gotta give like a very specific thing. That is not. Who doesn't like Chinese or Mexican food? Like, you just talking about buffets? Are we having a theme buffets? Is that what it is? Is that what we're doing? I'm over here stressing out over exact meals, and you naming genres. Shoot, I could say Chinese and Mexican food, and American food, and where's pancakes fall? Is that American food? Where is it? Yeah. I'll put pancakes in there.
Not
Italian food.
Thai.
I love Thai food, but I could. If it doesn't make the cut, it's okay. You know what I've realized? I just like food in general, but there are certain ingredients that I don't like. That's what it is. I don't think there's a single genre of food that I'm just like, that's disgusting. But if it's got olives, especially green olives, if it has vinegary pickles, if it's got, what else do I not like? Cheese, I can't do cheese, at least not anymore. Vegan cheese is fine, but I can't do regular cheese. Yeah.
You don't like sparkling water.
Oh yeah, but that's not really a food.
I know, I'm just naming things.
Sparkling water ain't a food, but yeah, I wouldn't like it. I would rather die of thirst than drink sparkling water. I'm not even exaggerating. That is the most disgusting thing to me. Okay, Preston's got egg rolls, burritos, Bruguettes? Is that supposed to be burgers? I'm gonna assume that's burgers. Megan says everybody's cuisine has something good in it since we all think salt, sugar, and fat is delicious. Whoa, hot take. Is it really a hot take? Sparkling water is disgusting? I don't think it's that much of a hot take, personally. Am I gonna be banned from YouTube for saying that? You know what? I found a... I'm in a group chat with Kathy and a pastor who was doing our premarital counseling, and he was joking about, or he was telling a story about sparkling water and how much he loves it, and I was saying how much I hate it, and then I sent him a comic of this guy who was crawling in the desert, and he was like dying, and he's like, and you see in the panel the comic, it says water, and he's like, water, and it says sparkling water. He looks at it and he's like, never mind. He just keeps crawling. That would be me. That would be me. Oh my goodness. About the vegan fried fish? Oh, where? Where'd you leave it? No, I don't see your comment. Maybe it didn't come up yet. But yeah, sparkling water is not my thing. Anyway, we're moving to a new page, y'all. We're moving to a new page because there's still deliberation happening on some of the other portions. So let's see. We got some cameras here. I have to figure out what the camera's gonna look like. Oh, Megan says I love sparkling water. It's a silly luxury for me, not in the sense that it's literally expensive, but it's completely unnecessary. I just don't understand it. It tastes terrible, and it hurts and it tastes terrible. Like at least with soda or like a Izzy or something, there's some flavor to it. But you know what? That's what it is. If it doesn't have much flavor to it, I can't do it. I can't do it. I need something with lots of flavor. That's just me. Preston says chicken strips. Okay. Okay, chicken strips. All right. I respect it. Yeah, I cannot do it. It's just like, why torture yourself on purpose? That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it.
You don't like celery.
Celery is like it's like eating crunchy hair with water. That's what celery is like. Unless celery is in like a soup or something and it's just very soft, then it's fine. But other than that, yeah, I can't do celery. Celery's always been disgusting. I never understood those kids who could just put celery and peanut butter together and just eat it like it's Lay's chips or something. I never got into that. That was always confusing to me. Always very confusing. Okay. Now I know I have a 3D model of this location somewhere. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just move to this panel. We got a couple characters in it, and oh shoot, I forgot. There's a panel here as well. So we have a horizon line right here. And then we're just gonna have our ground plane, and then actually, that is not quite right. Let me lower that. I'd say horizon's probably roughly here-ish. I feel like my guilty pleasure, aside from Hoarders, is True Crime. I don't think I've ever seen that show, actually. Okay, so, alright, so Preston, your top 5. Let me just run through them again. You got egg rolls, burritos, burgers, chicken strips, and a nice fruit salad. Okay. Those are actual specific foods. I appreciate that. That's much better. Cuz when you say Chinese food or Mexican food, that's a lot of variety. That's a lot of variety. So I appreciate you simplifying for us. fruit salad actually would be a good one. I do enjoy fruit. Okay. Okay, based on this sketch, we got Cairo here, and then Zalam here, Javen here, so that means Enzi's on the other side. Okay. Let's see what we got. I need to find a reference of some people kneeling. Let's see what we can find. This is close. This is close. Okay, we don't need people praying necessarily. This actually would be good if it was at a different angle. Oh, he just looks cool. He just looks like a cool dude. Oh wait, sorry TikTok. I forgot y'all can't see it. There we go. Megan says, "Oh no, not a show, like the genre as a whole, like EWU body cam of serial blank caught lying to police." I don't know if I could say that word on stream, but got it. I see what you're saying. That is a guilty pleasure. Okay, so he's kind of doing one of these. This is not too far off. Stock photos are so funny. They try and make the most natural looking poses somehow, and they take them and somehow they make them look unnatural. Like, it's totally clear that someone said, "I need you to pose just like this," and it's just bizarre. But I think this one will actually work. I just need to move it over. This one's actually... Who should I use this for? Should I use this for Zalam or for Javen? I think I'm gonna use this for Zalam. Seems like a good pose from. He has my beard. Oh, the guy from before. Wait, let me go back. Not that guy. This guy. He does not have my beard. He's got a chin strap. My facial hair goes up all the way up my face. It works for him. The look works for him though. I will freely admit. But I would say that's not quite a beard. Yeah, it's just a chin strap. It's slightly different. Maze, like I said, guilty pleasure. That is funny. Alright, let's put this character over here. And truthfully, I could just trace over this probably, but it's fine. Let's see. The ref photo over. Alright, and then I should probably find the other reference for Javen because these characters are going to be interacting. So let me get that together. This this over. Let's see. This one's actually pretty close to what I'm thinking about. Yeah, let's use this one. Alright, so in this panel, Zalam is comforting Javen, his cousin. So, since we gotta have these characters interacting, we're gonna do them at the same time. So, I'm gonna have Javen be like this. Go. He's gonna be kind of looking down, a little discouraged in this shot. And there's gonna be another panel right here, so I'll probably end up moving these characters over to the side a little bit. Or I might zoom out of it. We'll see. One of the two. Move this over. Have both his hands on his leg here. Still has his hood on. Let's make that leg a little longer. Doing this. This reference, this one's gonna be kind of like this. And this leg's gonna have to move over a bit for balance. This is a tricky pose to do. Have him kind of kneel like this. Let me move them over a bit. Make them a little smaller. And then this leg here, I'll just skew that. Kind of go back in space. And then there's actually another panel. How do I make a panel? There we go. No, not that's not the one. Diaphragm border. Ah, here we go. Create frame. That's what I meant to do. And then just need to check how big the borders usually are. So how big is that going to be? Panel border. I made a whole page for this stuff. What did I actually do? This one. Okay, 30. Brushing. Okay. Not this one. This one. Okay. And then 30. There we go. Let's bring that into the right spot. It's going to be right here. Cool. Okay, like this. And then what I might do as well, since this character Cairo is also in the shot, we're going to probably have like a silhouette of him. Let's see, he's facing this way. I may not end up using it because he's kind of cut off, but if he's a silhouette, it could be a cool framing device. We'll see. Okay, and then let's get this. It's going up, that's right. There we are. Let me try something. Let's fill this in with black. Oh, it's not the color I wanted. Okay. Yeah, something like this is kind of what I'm thinking. Of course, we'll remove the tangents. We'll have to make a stronger overlap. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if we stick with this. Alright, I'm gonna merge these two for right now. And bring them a little closer together to the frame here. And then I'll have to check the text to make sure they'll still fit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. Alright, let's do Javen. We haven't drawn him. Actually, no, we did draw him. What am I saying? We did draw him tonight. But we'll start with him because I'm the most familiar with him. Maybe I should do Zalam actually. You know, yeah, I'm gonna do Zalam because we only have about 20 minutes left and we haven't seen him yet, so let's work on it. actually what I could do. You guys want to see a reference I found for Zalam? I don't know if I ever showed this before, but this guy right here, this model's name is what's his name? Wesley something? Wesley Jones. This dude is is literally who I would envision playing him in live action, like someone who looks just like this guy. It is actually kind of uncanny how much he looks like him. Even down to the physique, especially this one. This I promise you, I did not base the design off of this one at all. But tell me that is not basically the same character as the one I've created. So yeah. Whoa, what the heck is this? Oh, is this like another? Oh, it's their new thing with like the tabs or whatever. The split screen. How do I get rid of this? Separate these. Here we go. Yeah. Like this is literally my character, just in human form. So Wesley Jones, if you like my project and you know how to act, the spot's yours, man. the role is yours. Not that I necessarily want to do this in live action, but still, it's kind of uncanny. Have Wesley be Zalam and Caleb McLaughlin be Javen. That's the dream right there. I don't think I could offer him Stranger Things money though, far from it. So he would just have to really like my project a lot. All right. Oh, wait, the reference. Where's the reference? Here we go. Is that a rapper? No, that's a model that I found. If he is a rapper, then I have no idea what his name is. Let's move that for now. Thank you for everyone who's joined the live stream. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you, Phoenix Rising Studios, for the follow. Oh, this is a tough pose here. But I chose it. Gotta see it through. get some more details here. Get his hair. They're not going to be super zoomed in or anything, so. Can be a little bit looser. Alright, so he's going to be giving not a stern look, but he's more serious about this mission that they're on. So he's really trying to kind of push his cousin to go through with it, because Javen's an asset to them, to what they're about to do. Let me actually lower his hairline, because he shouldn't be having male pattern baldness at 18. I know it happens sometimes, but this character doesn't have it, so let's lower that. He's not mad, he's just kind of stern looking. Share some words of wisdom, I guess, or at least just words. His head actually feels a little small now that I look at it again, so let's just increase it just a little bit. Yeah, I changed up Zlam's design a little bit. Before he was like ultra skinny, but then I decided to give him just a little bit more meat on his bones. I didn't necessarily want to be super frail or anything. Knees here. Let's do a little bit of skewing foot here. Size a bit. Getting there. It's getting there. draw this mouth here. Let me look back at some other work, because for some reason I'm like blanking on how to draw a mouth like this. Let me see. Go to a previous panel I did. No, that's not doing it. Okay. Something along those lines. Not quite happy with it just yet. Alright, let's switch up the reference. Let's see if we can get a tighter version of Javen real quick. For those of you who are still on, do you guys have any plans for the upcoming week? Anything special? I have a couple presentations to do this week. I'll be talking to some 7th graders about character design. That's gonna be fun. I have to change my presentation though, because I realize most of the references I use are from TV shows that the kids have no idea what they are. And so I decided I need to change it so that they're either movies or characters that are more current, because my generation from when I was in the 7th grade 20 years ago is not the same. You know, a lot of these guys have never heard of Fairly Odd Parents or Invader Zim or whatever, but the movies are usually good. I found out that if you show like Up or like Toy Story or K-pop Demon Hunters or something, they will know, but it's a little bit more challenging the other way around. So that is my task for this week. And I've done it before many times with the same school, so it's going to be fine. I'm not nervous about it or anything, but I do want to update that. Yeah, we are getting old. We are getting old. That's interesting. What's interesting? Just that the movies might have more longevity than the TV. Yeah, it is. I mean, because you think about it, when it's a show, it really only is popular for that time frame, unless it's like a cult classic. Like you have some of those. You have your Twilight Zones, you have your Cosby shows, you have your Fresh Prince of Bel-Airs, and you know, things like that, Breaking Bad. But generally, like the shows that we grew up with, like the Rugrats and Hey Arnold and stuff, that's a very generational thing. So unless you pick one of those top shows, and usually those tend to be live action, the ones that I named are all live action, and they're the ones that are more memorable. But like, who here remembers the X's or Cat Scratch or Roly Poly Oly or something? Like very few people would remember that, unless it's like a super legacy character. Like SpongeBob will be remembered. Like if I pointed out some SpongeBob characters, that would be something all the kids would know. And actually, I think I do have that in the project. or not the project, the presentation. But yeah, movies, I think because the parents are more likely to have seen that in the theater with their kids, and it's more likely that they're on merch. Like if you think about the characters that last the longest, like Disney, for example. Like we were at Marshall's today, and we were walking by the makeup section, and Ariel was on there. Little Mermaid came out before I was even born. That movie's what, almost 40 years old now, 35, wait, 36, something like that. And everyone knows them. Everyone knows her. Everyone knows Flounder and Sebastian the Crab, and they know Aladdin and Genie and stuff like that. They might know Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes, but yeah, unless it's like a super legacy character, it's harder, or it's less likely that they'll know. Like one of the things I use for my presentation is the Powerpuff Girls, because one of the things I talk about is subverting expectations. Because you look at the Powerpuff Girls, they look like very helpless little girls, and then turns out they actually have superpowers, and they beat up bad guys. And they're like, "Who is that? I've never heard of the Powerpuff Girls." And I'm like, "Oh, that's right. You guys are literal children." So yeah, it's something I have to adjust. So I asked the teacher, and I said, "What are they into?" And he said, "Demon Slayer and K-pop Demon Hunters." So I guess I gotta do a lot of demon fighters in my presentation. So yeah, but that's just something that I have noticed over the course of the last couple of years of speaking to his class. But it's gonna be fun. I think it'll be a good time. I think everyone's favorite is when I bring up because that movie is beloved by just about everybody. I don't think I like the position of this arm. I think I'm just gonna keep to what I have it in this reference photo. Just have his hand kind of resting here. Or I could have it in his pocket, actually. He does have a pocket right here. But yeah, guys, I think we'll just call it here for the night. In a couple minutes early. I want to remind you all that if you have not checked it out already, that we do have the website shadowboxers.com. You can see the spelling here, shadow-boxers.com, and you can see all the updates for the project. You can see the characters, you can get a little bit of the story. We also have a shop that has a lot of cool stuff, including the art book for the project. We also have some shirts, some hoodies, AirPod cases, some sketchbooks, stuff like that, beanies. It's warming up a little bit, so I haven't worn my beanie as much lately, but here's a version of it right here, at least for the YouTube audience and the TikTok audience. You guys can see here, nice little beanie. But yeah. Megan says, where'd you find that? I'm so confused right now. Where I find what? But anyway, thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you liked the progress. All of you guys who have not already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow if you're on TikTok, and yeah, we're gonna see you next time on Thursday at 7 p.m.